Okay, these Subaru wheels, somebody went and painted gold two-tone and they look kind of ridiculous. So we're going to repaint them with wheel paint, just a standard solid color wheel paint. Here are the steps to do that. Okay, the first step is to clean the wheels. Now, we want to use something like this. This is Bush coated and painted wheel wash. Spray on, hose off, removes brake dust. You can also use something like an Iron X, an iron filing remover, to pull the filings out of the paint. I'm not too worried about this car, it's just a Subaru. So we're going to keep it simple and just go with a plain wheel cleaner that should remove most of the brake dust. So we'll spray that on. Let it sit for 2 minutes. Don't let it dry. And then hose it off. Now the next step is to take the wheels off, pull the center caps out, and then we're just going to sand them lightly, just to roughen up that surface. This is not a show car, we're not going to be too fussy, and we don't need to remove all the paint. We're just scratching up the paint, knocking down the surface a little bit, getting rid of some rock chips, and creating a nice surface for that new paint to stick to. Not being too fussy and not spending a whole lot of time at this stage. If it's a show car that you're working on, you might want to spend a little more time, but for a daily driver, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, the next step is to clean the wheel after they've been sanded. I'm going to use just lint-free paper towels. You could use a rag or whatever. And I'm just going to use some acetone to clean up the surface of the wheel and get it ready for painting. Just to remove any further contaminants, dust. If there's any silicone or tire shine type products that ended up on the wheel, this will help remove those. And so wherever the paint's going to go, we want to make sure we get it cleaned up. All in here, around the outside rim. Just spend some time with some cleaner. Like I said, I'm using acetone. You may be able to use lacquer thinner or something. And we'll clean all the painted surfaces and get it ready for the new paint. Okay, now we'll mask the tire. I'm just going to tuck some masking tape into the side here. Try and get it tucked in there so we can spray right into the edges without getting the tires. This takes some time, you have to do multiple pieces. And then I'll even get a screwdriver and just kind of push it in there, because we want to be able to get the paint into that rim, so we don't want the tape in the way. Okay, we'll just go all the way around. All right, we got it all masked all the way around, but we want to protect the whole tire, so I'm just going to tuck some paper here underneath the tape. And we'll do that with a bunch of pieces all the way around so we can really mask up the tire nice. Just kind of overlap a little bit. Okay, everything's masked. Everything's sanded, cleaned. We've just kind of got it in this circle here. We're going to start. So the paint we're using again is this Duplicolor wheel paint. The instructions on the back say do three coats. So one very light coat, wait 10 minutes. A second light coat, wait 10 minutes. And then a heavier coat, what they call a medium coat. And then just let it dry, and do all that within, I think it says 2 hours maximum. So 10 minutes, and then a final coat. And then let it totally dry, and don't do another coat until 48 hours have passed if you want to do more touch-up or whatever. So that's what we'll do. We'll start with the first coat. So we'll start with the first light coat. Just going to go around the outside first. Now we'll start going through the middle. So I'm going to try and get into these middle areas. Okay, and we're going to call that a light coat. Let that dry 10 minutes. Okay, round number 2, 10 minutes has gone by. We'll just do another light coat and then let it dry for 10 more minutes. And we'll let that dry for 10 minutes. Okay, and then 10 minutes later, we're going to do the final coat. They say use a medium coat, whatever that means. So I'm only going to use, this can's about half full right now. I'm going to use the rest of the can. I only got one can, and we're going to call it a day. So we're going to do a little bit of a heavier coat on this final coat. And we'll call that a medium heavy coat. And now we'll let it dry for probably a day or two, and then we'll put them back on the car. All right, they're done. They're back on the car. Just put the Subaru caps back on. And that is it. I think these wheels suit the car. They're not original to this car. But I think they work. And I think that dark gray looks much better than the gold. So that's how you paint your wheels in a few easy steps. Thanks for watching.